What is up, everybody? It's Justin here at S&K Greenhouse, and today I'm going to show you 5 reasons you could be struggling to grow Calatheas. So the other day we were doing a Facebook Live showing off all the new beautiful inventory that we got in, including Calatheas. Some of you guys were so excited, others not so much. Now, Calatheas can be known to be fussy plants. You can have yellow leaves, brown leaves, crispy edges, drooping or rotting stems, but there's an easy fix for each one of those problems, and we're going to go through one by one, and I'm going to show you how to address them. So the first problem I'm going to address is curling or yellowing leaves. This is an easy one. This is just a result of not enough water. Calatheas love evenly moist soil, and they don't want their soil to dry out for long periods of time. The best way to water a Calathea is to get a plastic saucer or just some type of saucer, place your Calathea on the saucer, and then fill it up and allow, maybe 30 minutes for the Calathea to wick up the water from the bottom, and what you'll have is evenly moist soil. When you're done, after say 30 minutes, take the Calathea off, dump out the excess water, and voila, you've watered your Calathea, and you know you're not under or over watering it. The next problem you could run into with prayer plants or Calatheas is brown or brittle leaves, a lot of times on the outer edges of the leaves. This is typically a lack of humidity in the room, and I'm going to show you 3 different ways to address this. So the first and easiest way to address this is just move it into a different room. If you got it in a bedroom or something like that, just move it into a laundry room, a bathroom, or kitchen. These rooms typically stay more humid. If you don't want to move your Calathea, another simple thing you can do is just grab a spray bottle, and as often as you can when you go by, just keep it handy and give your Calatheas a spray. This will keep extra moisture on the leaves and will help increase humidity. All right, let's say you don't want to move your Calathea, you don't want to keep it sprayed. This last option is by far my favorite and probably the easiest. It has to do with the saucer again. Get you just a plain old saucer, fill it up with some pebbles, like so. You want a good layer in there. And then you're going to fill the saucer up with water, but don't fill it up past the gravel. Let me get that a little more even there. And then you place your Calathea on top of the pea gravel, and as the moisture evaporates, it will create a little humidity up under the Calathea, and voila, you're going to solve your brown crispy edge problem. Now, another common problem you can run into with Calatheas is rotting or drooping stems, and this is always a result of overwatering. Now, using the watering method I showed you earlier should eliminate this as long as you're not doing it too often, but another thing you can do is just back off the watering and do the knuckle test. So use your knuckle to be your moisture indicator. Use your index finger and go up to your first knuckle into the soil, and make sure it's not feeling soaking wet. The first 1 inch or the top 1 inch layer of the soil should be kind of dry and definitely not soaking wet. A problem you might have when you're growing Calatheas is yellow leaves or dry spots on the leaves. And this is a result of the dreaded spider mite or spider mites. If you get a bad infestation, they can be a nightmare. And the thing about them is they're pretty microscopic. If you look really closely, you can see them. A lot of times where they'll be camping out is on the underside of the leaves. And Calatheas a lot of times have purple underside on their leaves, so you can spot them a little easier, but look for their tiny webbing. Most of the time, you're not even going to realize you have spider mites until you start seeing the dry spots or the yellow leaves, because Calatheas have such thin leaves, it doesn't take hardly any time at all for the trouble signs to start showing up. And all you need to do to remedy this is get you a good insecticidal soap or neem oil, and a lot of times you can get them in a ready-to-use bottle at your local garden center, and just keep them sprayed. Spray it, take it outside, away from everything, and spray the undersides of your leaves pretty thoroughly, and then you might have to repeat the process until the spider mites are gone. And the last problem, I don't typically hear this one as much, but it can be an issue, and that is clear or transparent leaves, or leaves that are just slowly losing their pattern. There is a very simple fix for this. It's probably that your Calathea is in too much direct light. You want to move your Calathea somewhere where it gets bright indirect light or medium light, but definitely not direct light. This increases chlorophyll, and the chlorophyll will turn the leaves away from their original pattern when you got it. When you got it? Sorry, I strayed away from my southern accent there for a minute. So there you go, folks. Here are 5 techniques that'll help you troubleshoot your Calathea problems. Let me know down in the comment section, what problem are you currently having with your Calathea? Until next time, become a plant person.